Shri Matre Namaha Guru Kataksham Ambalanugraham Paripurnam. Welcome to my channel Shakti Awakening with Vidya Prakash. I thank you so much for all your encouragement and motivation in the form of subscribing to my channel, comments, the likes and shares. I thank you so much. And I come out with new videos on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays to help you in this spiritual journey in the path of Shakti. Today is a very powerful video because Shyamala Navaratri is going to start, and this is a very powerful Navaratri. When we say Navaratri, people are aware about the Sharada Navaratri or Sharadiya Navaratri, which comes in the month of September and October. But there are other Navaratris because there are 4 Navaratris. I have already done a video on that, on explaining in detail about these 4 Navaratris, which I'll be giving the link in the description which you can watch and know about it. So there are 4 Navaratris, out of which 2 Navaratris are Gupta Navaratri. Many are aware about the Chaitra Navaratri or the Vasanta Navaratri and Sharadiya Navaratri. But many are not aware about the other 2 Navaratris, which is the Gupta Navaratri. The Sri Vidya Sadhakas know, and they utilize this particular Navaratri because this is a very powerful period. Why it is called Gupta Navaratri? It does not mean that it should not be shared. It just means that it's a secret time period to seek Divine Mother's blessing. It also means it is the secret method of seeking Ambal's blessing. Yeah. So utilize this period. So when is this Shyamala Navaratri happening? It is starting on 30th of January and ending on 7th February 2025. In Lalita Sahasranamam, in the Phalashruti, Lord Hayagriva tells Agastya that there are 7 namams which, even if you are not able to chant the entire Lalita Sahasranamam, at least chant these 7 namams. One of the namam is Shri Matre Namaha. Again, I have done a in detail video about explaining this, which I'll be sharing the link. The other namam is Shyamala. The Shyamala is the Raja Shyamala. She is also called as like Shyamala, Raja Shyamala, Matangi or Raja Matangi. The reason it is called as Shyamala Navaratri because it is dedicated to goddess Raja Shyamala. And this is one of the Gupta Navaratri. Other Gupta Navaratri is Varahi Navaratri. In Lalita Sahasranamam, the 69th Namam is Geya Chakra Radharuda Mantrini Parisevita, which means the Mantrini is none other than Raja Shyamala. Because Mantrini, she is the advisor of Lalitambika during the slaying of Bandasura. She is a chief advisor. Varahi is the commander-in-chief, the army chief. And Raja Matangi or Raja Shyamala is the Mantrini, the advisor. Because Raja Shyamala appeared from Lalitambika's Jnana Shakti, the intelligence of Lalitambika. Through her Jnana Shakti appeared Raja Matangi or Raja Shyamala. And if you look at it, I mentioned the Namam from Lalita Sahasranamam, Geya Chakra Radharuda Mantrini Parisevita. Geya Chakra means a very important chakra, which is the most important chakra. It is the Shri Chakra. So those who offer the puja or meditate Raja Shyamala in Shri Chakra will attain mantra siddhi. That's the reason it is mantrini. Because who are going through mantra sadhana, if you are someone who has been initiated into Shri Vidya or any other mantra sadhana, when you invoke, when you offer your puja during this Shyamala Navaratri, you will be able to attain mantra siddhi, which means the mantras that you are chanting will be powerful and it will start working for you. And that's the reason she is also called as Mantrini. And that's the reason she is also known as Jnana Pradayini. Because she came from Jnana Shakti of Lalitambika, she is known as Jnana Pradayini, one who bestows knowledge, intelligence. She is also called as Mahasamrajya Shalini, which means you may be someone who does not have anything, but when you do this process and go complete faith in her, she will bestow with the skill, the talent, whatever you need so that you are able to attract Samrajya, which means you'll be able to attract people, abundance into your life. You know, Kaviratna Kalidasa, you would have heard about the name Kalidasa. Kalidasa was a woodcutter. He was illiterate. He does not know anything about mantras or anything. He was a normal woodcutter. But when the Shakti was awakened within him, because of Ambal's Anugraham, he became Mahakavi. His works is admired even till date. His compositions like Shakuntalam, Raghuvamsham, Kumara Sambhavam, and most importantly, he was the one who composed Shyamala Dandakam, a very powerful hymn stotram on Rajashyamala. So if you are someone who know Shyamala Dandakam, you can chant Shyamala Dandakam during this Navratri. I'll be walking you through the process of how you should be performing the puja and rituals during this Navratri and seek Ambal's blessing. And most importantly, by seeking, by doing this ritual, I'll also be walking you through what are the benefits that you will gain by doing this 9 days ritual to Mata Rajashyamala. I always say that you have to offer your puja without any expectations or without seeking anything but just Ambal's Anugraham. But I do agree when you know the benefits and significance of this puja ritual and the Navaratri, it will motivate you to do. The first thing is who can perform this puja. Everyone can do. Everyone, anyone. First of all, when you perform the rituals that I'm going to walk you through, you will be bestowed with name and fame. You will be bestowed with prosperity and abundance. You will be bestowed with peace and happiness. Most importantly, you will be able to overcome the karma. Yeah, so you'll be getting everything and anything. Yeah, in the Rajashyamala's Bija Mantram, there are certain things that is mentioned. I'll just tell you that particular words that are mentioned so that you will understand how powerful is Rajashyamala and what will best, like how much benefit it can bring to you and your life to transform your life. The first, in the Bija Mantra, the phrase that is used is Sarva Raja Vashankari, which means one who attracts all the wealth or all the power. Yeah, so which means you will become powerful. And then Sarva Mukharanjani. Mukha is face, Ranjani is, you know, happy. Yeah, uh, which means when someone sees you, they will feel happy. You will be welcomed. Your presence is welcoming. Your presence will be welcomed, which means you'll be loved by people around you. So that is Sarva Mukharanjani. And then Sarva Stri Purusha Vashankari, which means we have both masculine and feminine energy within us. Because of imbalances, there are certain sufferings that the person goes through. So by following her, the masculine and feminine principle will be balanced. The energy within you will be balanced, and with that, you'll be able to grow in your life. When we tell Vashankari, it means Vashikaranam. So many think Vashikaranam is luring male or female. Actually, this is a very low level of thinking, I would say. In corporate terms, people will say having a magnetic personality or charismatic personality. The person has good charisma. What is that? Which means the person has a sort of personality which is attractive. Is a person doing some mantra or vashikaranam? No. It's a wrong notion when the word vashikaranam is used. It's always seen in a very negative manner. The person who has that charisma, And also, if you notice, it is never about the outer beauty that makes the person attractive or magnetic. It is the person's personality. I remember this, the great superstar Rajinikanth. He has told in many stages, he has mentioned this that he is not beautiful, he is black, but still, I'm sure everyone when you see Rajinikanth, no matter even right now he's older, but still he is charismatic. You know, but he has that magnetic personality, which is the ability to attract. So that is the divine blessing that he has. So the here the becoming a magnetic personality is where when you say something, people listen to and people accept what you're saying. And actually that can come when you truly possess the skill and you are good in that subject matter. You have the authority and you have the capability of doing things. So sometimes, if you notice, you may have skill, you may have talent, and you're good in what you do, but if you don't know to express, then if you're someone like that, this ritual will help you, because if you're not able to express your talent, then you will not be able to grow. So it is not only about the intelligence or the knowledge that you gain, you should be in a position to communicate and express. So Rajesh Shamala will bestow you with knowledge and intelligence. She's also the one who can bestow you with expressing yourself and becoming that magnetic personality. Yeah, many wants to have name and fame, but they really don't know what to do. It's because the Shakti of fame in them, that Shakti within them, they have not tapped or they don't know how to tap. So this Rajesh Shyamala will help you. The Shyamala Navaratri, when you follow this process that I'm going to walk you through, it will help you to achieve that. So this is the next verse in that Bija mantra of Rajesh Shyamala is Sarva Dushta Mrigavashankari, which means the animals or the animal tendency within us, which is the negative traits, the negative personality within us will be controlled by her blessing. So when that happens, the good things will come out. Yeah. And the next is Sarva Loka Vashankari, which means you will become an attractive personality where you will be able to attract people towards you. You become a charismatic person, which will help you to grow in your life. If you want growth in your life, you should be in a position to communicate. You should be in a position to build relationship with people around you, be it at your workplace, be it at your family, be it within husband and wife, be it with parent and the child. You should be in a position to communicate. When you communicate, you'll be able to grow. The relationship grows. So that is what Rajesh Shamala will be bestowing to you. So let us understand who can do this puja. This puja process anyone can do, both male and female can do. There is no restriction of age. Anyone can do. Even you can make your child to chant this mantra, because this is all about knowledge, intelligence, and so on. So anyone can do this puja. So who are all can do? If you are someone who is looking for a to get a job, or you're looking for getting a promotion, you're someone who is struggling to get a job or struggling to get promotion or growth in your career, perform this 9 days ritual, the Shavala Navaratri. And if you're in art and culture, like musicians, actors, or dancers, so anything related to art and culture, perform this 9 day Shavala Navaratri, because your growth is based on your attractive personality, yeah, your talent. So do this ritual if you're someone from art and culture. And for children's education, so if you're a parent where your child is appearing for competitive exams or board exams, or they want to travel abroad, so you want to get a seat, so for anything related to education, you can do, or you can ask your child to do, both is fine. And most importantly, this is for couples. I mentioned about the Vashankari, right? So if there is misunderstanding between couples and there is no compatibility, or the spark of the relationship is missing, then you can do this Shamala Navratri, and the even if you have been splitted with Ambal's Anugraham, you can become one again. So this is the powerful Shamala Navaratri for couples, and most importantly, ultimately, for spiritual growth. Because I told you she is mantrini. She helps you attain siddhi of your mantra. So if you have been initiated to any mantra sadhana, in particular Sri Vidya, this is the time for you to go all in. And this is called as Gupta Navratri. If you look at other Sharda Navratri, is all about outward experience. You go, it's a community event where you go to some people's house, they visit your house. So there is sharing and caring that is happening. But when it comes to Gupta Navratri, when it comes to Shamla Navratri, as well as Varahi Navratri, it is about only you, your internal growth. That's the reason it is also called as Gupta, which means you do alone, you do at your home, and this is doing in a very simplified manner. There is nothing huge things that you need to do. This is a very simplified manner. Yeah. So let us first. You have I have covered all those things that is needed for you to get inspired and motivated to do this ritual. Right now, I'll walk you through how you should perform Shamala Navaratri Puja every single day. As I told, this is starting from 30th Jan till 7th of February. So this is 9 days. So you have to do every day for 9 days. Now, if you're someone who will get periods in between, you can skip. Or what you can do, you can two people can do, and even if one person is having period, other person will be able to continue the puja. If you are not able to do that, at least if not 9 days, do for 5 days. If not 5 days, do for 3 days. The last 3 days you can do. Yeah, which is Saptami, Ashtami, Navami. You can do that. And in between this in between this Shamala Navaratri, there are various other important days which come, such as Vasanta Panchami. In South India, during the Sharda Navaratri, on the Vijayadashami day, we do the Vidyarambham. But in North India, during the Shamala Navaratri, on the Vasanta Panchami day, they do the Vidyarambham. So here, the Saraswati puja is done on Vasanta Panchami. And then Ratha Saptami comes for the Lord Surya, and then Bhishmashtami comes. So very powerful days are there within this Shamala Navaratri. The other important days I'll come out with other separate video, but this is just to tell you how powerful is this Shamala Navaratri. So I'll walk you through the process. Now you can have Raja Shamala photo or Vigraham. It can be Saraswati Vigraham also, which you can invoke as Raja Shamala, or Saraswati photo also as Raja Shamala. Or if you don't have both, you can have a kalasham, set a kalasham and invoke Raja Shamala in that kalasham. And then also keep Mangala Dravyams. So in a tambalam, in a plate, if it is possible, if you have resource, you can keep a green sari, any shades of green color sari with green color blouse. Or if you don't have resource, you can just keep green color blouse, green color bangles. Yeah, a dozen of green color bangles, turmeric sticks, kumkumam. You can have a little pouch of kumkum, mehendi powder or mehendi cone, a mirror, preferably again if it is green color frame mirror, green color comb. You keep all this in a plate and keep it near the kalash. Now this we are going to give it to some Suvasini on the last day. So the first day you're keeping, it should be there near the kalasham or the photo where you'll be invoking, and do the ritual. Now for kalasham again, I want to also tell, if the keeping of kalasham is not in your tradition, you can skip. If the tradition is there, then you can have the kalasham. Yeah, because in some of the family tradition it won't be there. So in that case, use the photo. Yeah, you can have the photo. So this is the setting that you should be done on the first day. Just do it on the first day. Then every day, first thing is after take bath, like you'll be doing first take bath and then start the ritual. Yeah. So every day, take bath and do the ritual. So the first thing that you should be doing is light a lamp with the mantra Sarvamangala Mangale Shive Sarvat Sadike Sharane Trambake Devi Narayani Namostute Shubham Bhavatu Kalyani Ayu Arogya Dhara Sampadam Shatrubudhe Vinashaya Deepa Jyoti Namostute. And then invoke Lord Ganesha Shuklambaradharam Vishnu Shashivaram Chudabhajam Prasannadaram Dhyayit Sarva Vighnopashantaye. Then invoke your Guru Dhyanam, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Guru Namaha. And then invoke your Kuladevam and invoke your Ishtadev. After invoking, then you have to do the puja for the kalasham or the photo. You can perform the puja either using flowers, if you get flowers, or you can do it with kumkum and turmeric powder, or you can also do it with akshate. So anything which is available, you can offer the puja. Now I have done a Shodashopachara video in detail how to do Shodashopachara puja. I'll be sharing the link of that video in the description. You can follow that. In that, I would have given as for each upachara, I'll be saying as Lalitambikaye Namaha, Arghyam Samarpayami, Achamanyam Samarpayami. I'll be using Lalitambikaye Namaha. So instead of Lalitambikaye Namaha, say Rajashyamalaye Namaha, Arghyam Samarpayami, Asaram Samarpayami, Achamanyam Samarpayami. You just follow. It will take 10 or 15 minutes, not more than that. And when you're doing the Shodashopachara puja, in between, after the 11th Shodashopachara, I'll ask that you can offer your puja here, yeah, before dhupam. Dhupam, deepam, naivedyam happens. So before dhupam, you have to chant this 16 mantras of Rajashyamala. These 16 mantras are equivalent to chanting Lalita Sahasranama. If you're someone who have time, you can chant Lalita Sahasranamam also during these 9 days. Or you can just chant these 16 namams, which I'll walk you through. When you're offering puja, I told you, right, you can offer puja with flower or kumkum or akshatai. So as you're offering the puja, chant these 16 namams. So the namams are, if you have been initiated into Sri Vidya, you can use the Bija Mantra before the Nama. If you are not, you can just say Om, Om, Sangeeta Yogin Ye Namaha, Om, Shyama Ye Namaha, Om, Shyamala Ye Namaha, Om, Mantranayika Ye Namaha, Om, Mantrin Ye Namaha, Om, Sachiveshan Ye Namaha, Om, Pradhanesh Ye Namaha, Om Shukapriyaye Namaha, Om Veenavatye Namaha, Om Vainikye Namaha, Om Mudrinye Namaha, Om Priyakapriyaye Namaha, Om Nipapriyaye Namaha, Om Kadambeshye Namaha, Om Kadambavanavasinye Namaha, Om Sadamadaye Namaha. So these are the 16 namam, 16 mantrams of Rajashyamala, which you can chant and offer your puja. And then continue the Shodashopachara of Dhupam, Deepam, Naivedyam, Tambulam and complete your puja. And if you are someone who feels you don't have time, you will not be able to do Shodashopachara puja because it will consume time, it needs more time, then it's okay. You can do Panchopachara puja. Again, I have shared a video where you can complete the puja in 2 minutes or 5 minutes. So you can do that. And at the end, I ask you to offer Naivedyam. So you can offer Naivedyam, any fruits, or you can prepare any sweets or payasam. Only on the 9th day, what you have to do, that is the last day, the Navami. On that day, you can invite a Suvasini, a married woman, to your home. And first, wash her feet, apply turmeric to her feet, and kumkum. You have to apply. I'll share the image here like this. You have to apply. And then do the Shodoshopachara puja to Suvasini with the intention that Raja Shyamala is there in front of you. The Suvasini is Raja Shyamala. Yeah. So make her sit and do the Shodashopachara puja. And at the end, for Naivedyam, in the place of Naivedyam, serve her the food. You can prepare whatever is possible, sattvic food without onion and garlic. Prepare food and offer to the Suhasini. And then I had asked you to keep the Mangala Dravyam, the sari, blouse piece, although Dravyam, yeah, you offer that to this Vasini and offer your namaskarams. So that way, this way you'll be completing the puja. Now, if you are someone where you don't know any Swasini, you are living in some other country, you'll not be able to invite, then what you can do, you can take this Mangala Dravyam, visit any Shakti temple and give it to, offer it to Amba. Yeah, and if again, if you don't have Shakti temple, keep it separately. Whenever you are visiting any Shakti temple, remember to offer it. Yeah, this is it. So seek Ambal's blessing, seek Rajashyamala's blessing during this Shyamala Navaratri, and you be blessed with all abundance, good health, and all your wishes, desires to come true with Ambal's Anugraham. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the chat. I'll be able to help you so that you are able to perform this puja. Guru Kataksham, Ambal Anugraham Paripurnam, Shri Matre Namaha.